I was born in Yaxley. My parents lived here. My grandparents and yeah, uncles and aunts. They're all born. I think Dad moved from Chesterfield, as I recall it. But they were farming down the fen, for 30, 40 years, I should think. Uh, yeah, just up Main Street. Used to live opposite the school. Yeah,
Was that infant school?
yeah. If I get stuck for words, does that matter? Am I got to be
No, no, not at all.
fluent
No, no, it's
sort of thing, roll it off?
just normal conversation.
Yeah,
Fine,
yeah.
And how many of you were there?
I got a sister. Yeah.
And did you guys go to, was it infant school then?
Yes, we went where the community centre is. That was used to be girls' school and boys' school then. It was separated, yeah. And then in time they joined together, but
What year are we talking?
50, early 50s. Yeah, early 50s.
What sort of like things do you remember from back then? Like, did you have a nice childhood? Did you say?
Oh, yes. I mean, you're out all the time. You're down the fan, or you could go out and play then and you was okay, Yeah, but being down the fan as well, you're taking the dog and, well, from a young age, I can vaguely remember horses, but as time went on, we got a tractor and I used to drive the tractor down, next to the sugar beet, the extractor, what took the sugar beet out, yeah. Illegal, really, but although private land, it was all right. But yeah, there's quite a few farmers. Askews, don't know whether you heard of them. Askews, Bulliford.
Was this Andrew Burgess's near his farm?
Andrew, yes. It was council land. It weren't owned, it was council. There's a lot down there now what is council land. And the chap at Fass's got it. Eric Butler, I heard of Butler. He's a councillor. He's got most of that now. Yeah, but like I say now, you just got a couple of farmers and that's it. You don't see nobody. It's all mechanised, and everything.
And then, like, where did you go after your infant school days? Where did you go to secondary school?
Stand ground. Yes,
What was that like?
old stand ground.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes. We often have a reunion, and there'll be an old teacher who'll be there. We're going November, me and Ivan. We got a reunion, and the last one, because I think there's not so many alive today. So this old teacher is Mr. Gill. He's in the 90s, but he still recognises you. They used to use slippers in them days if you did behave. But really strict then. Yes, I mean I should say today they would be in trouble, But that was the way it was. You knew rules. You stood by them, If you stepped out of line, you got punished. Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. But today it's different, isn't it?
Was he a good teacher, Mr. Gill?
Yes, he took technical drawing, Mr. Gill. And Mr. Nutt, Tom Nutt, he was a sports master. He used to do a bit for Peterborough School, youngster players. He used to do a bit of training with them, with youngsters. Oh yes, they if we played football, I mean, went anywhere, and I used to take you in the car, all pile in the teacher's car, it was, you call people by like Mister, they didn't use first names then. No, that was out of order. Oh, Miss Ellingham, she was a nice teacher as well.
And where did you go after stand ground? Did you go straight into work?
Yes, I'm afraid that, yes. Well, I went on the land a while, but it weren't enough to keep everybody, It was only a small holding, and I went up the mushroom. Yeah. Well, you don't remember. You do remember that, don't you? Yes, I went there I was on the land till about 17, then I went up there, because we used to use their tractor and trailer up there, and I was there about 10 years till I got married, but the agricultural wage was not a lot of money. Yeah, I went to Baker Perkins then. You don't remember? Do you remember Baker? A big engineering company in Peterborough.
So you became an engineer for a while?
No, I was in the electrical side. I was electrician's mate, official. No, not anything official. It just we used to mess about with her, Probably shouldn't have done, but used to change bulbs, which you shouldn't. Even a silly thing like changing a bulb. Officially, well, that was union. That was, they were very. If you weren't an electrician, you shouldn't touch anything, even a screwdriver. But I mean, that's all gone now.
Do you have good memories from that?
Yes. I was only there 2 or 3 years, and I went. Do you remember Cromwell Rubber up there? In 75, and I joined them then, and they grew into they went to Orton in the end. They grew to a multi-million pound company. Yeah, in about 20 years, and they sold out to a company down Wales. But so I got maybe I could have gone to Wales, but I didn't fancy moving. So I carried on then. 1 or 2 little companies, one at St Ives, a rubber company, car components and different things.
What would you say were some of the challenges you had when you were that age? Just in general, sort of
general challenges.
Work or family?
No,
or even back to when you were at school. Did you find anything particularly challenging?
No. I always got on. I was lucky, I suppose. I always got on with everybody. Then work-wise, I mean, it was always. Probably if I was going to be an electrician if I hadn't gone on land, but that didn't work out. But no, I have no regrets. I had 20 years at Cromwell, and they grew from nothing to a reasonably sized company. They sold out, made a few million, and in between times, I had a little while at Tesco's.
The one just down the road?
Yeah, new one, yeah. Well, what I call new, it's been there a little while. Yeah, Janet worked nights there, and I was travelling to St Ives, you know, it was a long way to go, and we were talking one day. She said, well, they want people at Tesco, so I went. Yeah, I went on nights in the fruit and veg.
What was that like?
That was all right. You just got on with it. You didn't walk around that. Oh, what am I got to do? What am I got? You know, you knew what you got to do. You just got on with it. And yeah, I was told to watch out for spiders in the bananas, but I never did come across any. But I'd been known to see tarantulas in there, and but
That's crazy.
yes, yeah, they get in the. I suppose they'd hibernate coming over, and yeah, I weren't. It didn't bother me, but I kept my eyes open.
When did you you were telling me earlier about when you bought this place. When did that happen? When did you move there?
71. No, sorry. We got married January 71 and we lived at Facet for 12 months. Bought a little cottage there, and then my mum and dad, they still lived here. They weren't getting any younger, so they built these, so we managed to get one of these, yeah.
How old were you
When
you moved there?
it was 72, so that would be
When were you born?
46. About 25, 26, wasn't it? 25, 26 years when we moved here.
And it was the year after you got married.
Yes, we moved here, yes.
How did you meet Janet? How did you meet Janet?
My wife,
Yeah.
yeah, Petter. Unusual name, isn't it? But I don't know. Well, she used to work up the mushroom. And we worked together.
Is Petter's your wife?
Yes.
Sorry, how did you meet Petter?
Well, really, I went to school with her. She's a bit younger, but I remember her from school, yeah. And then,
Was that Stanground?
yes, the old stand ground, not the new one, that weren't built. It was in Church Street. Yeah, really old school, but then they built that just after I left school, the new stuff. Well, they knocked that down and built another one, didn't they? Which, a bit silly. Well, I wouldn't have thought the other one would have been too bad, but yeah, we got married from the mushroom, and that was it. Best day's work.
Best day?
Yes. We really had a crossword. I know it sounds, people don't believe me, but no, we got the same inch. We had allotment. Well, I've got a little bit now off of Roy. He's a West Indian. He tells some stories, old Roy. He'd be interested for you to. Yes, well, we had a allotment for about 40 years. As long as she was down there, she was all right. Always spend hours down growing veg and this, that, and the other. And all the day, when we went, I don't know whether we started camping before your time. Then we've got a trailer tent.
This is you and your wife?
Yes. Well, the kids to come along then, yes, they used to come. And yeah, it was good. Yeah, and then the later years we got a touring caravan, just a little one, and then we bought this one. Like I said, that was, I asked all the family, I said, what bit of money we got, is it all right? I said, how about getting the caravan? And you can all, when you got time, you can all go down and have a break and remember your grandmother and great grandmother, and that's what they do. Yeah.
What do you remember about your parents?
My parents.
Yeah. Your father and your mother.
Very good. Very good parents. Like I say, Dad, he also worked on the land, and Mum used to help him. Yes, it was. Trying to think of words now. They were very good. Like I said, they were just go to chapel. Up what's not there now. It used to be a congregational chapel then, and Cass and I were married there. My sister was married there. My parents were married there. Now I don't think grandparents, they might have been married there. The thing is, you don't ask questions till people have passed on, do you? There's a lot of questions I wish I'd asked now, but...
what would you have asked?
Well, more history of... like grandmother, she was in the Royal British Legion. She was carried the flag and all that, I'd like know more about that. And I had an uncle killed in the First War. I'd like knowing a bit more about that, but people didn't talk about it, and if you didn't ask questions, you never found out, did you? Not in that time of day.
Did your parents, were they in the Second World War?
Bill, Dad were on the land. He was in the... Just tell me stories about them, He was in the Home Guard, Reminds me of Dad's army, do you remember? I don't think it was quite like that. He
Did he ever tell you stories?
Yes, he was guarding bridges and that. They were probably guarding all night. Then they was working all day. It was nothing like going to war, but it was still, they done their bit.
Still really, really hard work, I
imagine. Yes. So you didn't know what was going to happen, did you? It worked out fine in the end, but I suppose I would have been a few years older if it hadn't been for the war, because my sister was born in 1939, so just for as the war breaking out, and I think I would have been a bit older. Well, Dad always said that, if it weren't for the war, but yeah.
How have you seen the world change since then?
Horrendous. I mean...
What would you say is change,
Well, I think that's 50 years or more. If it changes the next 50, like it has done, I don't know what it'd be like. No, you got a telephone in the street, like a telephone box. Yeah, if you're wanting to ring anyone, you used to go and use that. But we never had a telephone till we got married. Then that was rare then for anybody to have one, but we decided to get one. Well, it probably got me the job up there, because the boss rang me up on the telephone, which was, not everybody got one, like I said then, but so I went to see him again, and they were employees, but they were still friends, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Both of them.
Tell me about, sort of go back to you and, was it Peter?
Yeah.
How did you, what was special about her?
Well, everything really. I mean, we got on, like I said, well. I mean, doing most things together, camping and well, just everything. You don't till you look back and like my daughter, she's still quite angry over what happened. In her mind, she's really.
What happened?
To me, wife.
If you don't mind talking about it.
What happened?
Yeah, if you don't mind talking about it.
No. Well, she was weeks. Oh, I think she was on the doctor probably 2 or 3 months. Kept complaining of stomach pains and all that, and I just take these painkillers, which I should have stepped in. I know that when it was too late, but anyway, she went by. Like my grandson, a month before she died, Michael as well, my son, we went on a fishing holiday near Skegness, and my grandson come, and he often brings that holiday up, his last. My wife was all right. Whether she was putting it off, but she was pretty well that week, and yeah, we had some good walks, and he often brings that up, he's glad he went, and like I say, as soon as we got home from that holiday, she got stomach pains again, and went to see Dr. Graham. She gave her morphine, but that's not the answer, is it? And anyway, it was a Monday night. She started passing blood, when she went to the toilet, and so I rung the doctors, and she rung the ambulance, and she went in, and long story short, they found out it was an ulcer, which 21st century, it's not, just operation, and that would have been it. But the chap's supposed to seal it with gold. I don't know how that worked, but and then the Thursday night, she got a call middle of the night, can you come to the hospital? And she died 3 days later,
Sorry, Karen.
No, you're right. Yes, at the inquest, there was he's one of the best stomach doctors, surgeons in the country, if not the best. He goes all over the world teaching, and he came to the inquest, and he said if they'd operated, this lady would be here now, and the coroner agreed with him, and that was it. Neglect. And that was it. Yes. But
she was lovely, I remember her.
Yes. Yes, she was. She liked your mum. Well, everybody likes your mum. Well, most people. Put it that way. Yes, she rarely never had a crossword for anyone that I remember. No.
And how's your health?
Like just, I had heart surgery last year, new valve, which is improved. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad that way, but I've got the back's playing up now. It's to do with my spine. It's narrowing of the spine. But I'm seeing a chiropractor. I'm seeing him once, but I'm seeing him in 2 weeks' time, and he's going to see what he can do. He took X-rays and everything else, and they've got to assess everything and see. I hope that can, people worse than me. I mean, I'd like to be able to walk a bit more, but I'm controlling the pain now, though. I'm on that many painkillers. You got equal out for the day, but I have the biggest dose in the morning. That gets me by till, say, mid-afternoon even some days, and then the other big dose at night when I go to bed. Then I can get up reasonably easily. But no, there's people worse.
Where are you off to tomorrow?
Cromer. Yep, you're not been that way. Oh, you ought to go.
I heard of I had a friend who used to go to Great Yarmouth. Said it was lovely there.
Yes. This is not changed. Well, we went there. The first year we married, we went for the day, and we carried on going back ever since. Yeah.
How often do you go? Is it sort of once a year?
Once a year, like they call annual holiday. You know, we used to book a chalet then or a caravan until we got camping and that. But we always ended up that way. It's not altered much today. It's the little old. You'd like it there.
Sounds really nice.
You'd like to get your mum to take you.
Not a bad idea. I think she'd love that.
Yes, it's really old. Nothing changed. No, the same old butcher, you know. I've been there donkey's years. I heard that phrase, donkey's years. I was going to say, that's old phrase. Yeah, nothing's changed. A nice bit of sea, you know, you can. I've not been in there lately, but I've been in a few times.
How long are you guys going for?
We're only going till Monday. Yeah, Sunday night, he's got me back at work. That's the trouble with self-employed, you see. You gotta. Well, he can have time off when he likes, but he looks at it both ways, you know. They want the work doing, so he's gonna do it much as he can. They're flexible with him, so he's got tomorrow off, which is not holiday, but so we'll be away 6 in the morning. We'll be away.
It's an early start.
Yes, we were down there by 8. Yes. Yeah, we always ain't so keen to get up like I used to, but you want a bit of funny things. I know this is changing the subject. I often bring it up with the kids. When I worked at St Ives, I'd probably just go 5:15 in the morning when I was on earlies. I was going. I've never said this to anybody in the kids. I was going down, just got on Home Road, and I noticed this big bright light, and it seemed to follow me down the fen. Well, when I got to home, it made me curious that much. I stopped the car and got out, and there was just this big bright. It wasn't a helicopter, nothing, no noise, and I stood there a minute or two. Then it went, and I got in my car and went to work. But I never know what it was.
UFO.
Well, what we see on here now, because my son, we have all them on now and all the ghost stories. But that was that bright light. Really bright. Nothing. That was nothing to. Whether it fits in with this story,
No.
It's I often wonder what it was. Well, to make me stop the car and get out, I must have thought it was something. No, it weren't a helicopter. Of course, going over the fen, it was completely dark, isn't it, down there? Because it was 5:30.
And what happened? It disappeared.
Yeah, it just went, and now I sort of stood there a minute and probably mesmerised, and I carried on. But it all stuck in my mind. And the grandkids will bring it up. Oh, Grandad, when did bet the blight? And well, not my granddaughter now, my great granddaughter. She's 7. No, she's 9. December, November. She was born 2 months before my wife died. But she did older a time or two before she passed away, yeah. But she knows who that is. Oh yes, my granddaughter's got photos and she always, she knows, she don't know her, didn't know her, but she knows about her, and yeah.
You've got a beautiful family.
Yes, you don't realise till you start thinking about it. Well, you do, but oh yes, never no problems. No.
That's amazing, John.
Yes.
You can stop it there if you want.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else.
No. Was it interesting or?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh right.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it makes you start thinking again, doesn't it? Yeah, I say we had 50 years. The Ivan's 50th now. He's gone away this week because it's his 50th wedding anniversary.
You two both got married around the same time.
We were a year before, yeah. As I say, we lived at Facet down the main street for a year, yeah, and then we moved back here, put it on the market, and there was a RAF man come and knocked on the door, and he bought it there and then. Neat estate agent. Yes, he was coming out of the Air Force. Yeah, and he bought it there and then.
Things were much easier in those days, it seems.
Yes. Oh, friendly, I mean, like the solicitor, I know we were waiting to get in, and, I was at home, and a youngster he must have been, he come on a scooter. He said, Mr. Whaley, I said, yes. He said, I've got the keys to your house. My boss told me to bring them over so you can get in. That was a Sunday morning. You wouldn't get that today, would you? They wouldn't. No. Like doctors, I mean, well, you wouldn't remember Dr. Red and Dr. Hart, would you?
Were they at the YGP?
Yes, Dr. No, you wouldn't know. Like Dr. Redhead, I mean, Mum and Dad in the latter years, they used to always going somewhere, some trip here and some trip there, bus trips. But the doctor used to come down, there's this trip going so-and-so, do you want to go? And, in his own time and things like that. You won't get that today. Different, completely. I'm jumping about a bit, and different things.
That's really interesting. I'll be shooting Ivan at some point as well. So
yes.
It'll be interesting to hear,
He'll just live up street, up Main Street.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Hope you had a little bit of fun.
Yes.
Going through the memories.
Yeah, better than I thought, to be honest. Not, you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a way of documenting, isn't it? And preserving it so that people in the future can kind of see what it used to be like. historical insight.
Yes, yes, a little bit. Because there used to be a port here once, didn't it? You actually used to be a port.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yes. I suppose it's in the history of the Fens. There are books out about it. People have written, local historians. Yeah. Well, all this angling with water, weren't till they drained. The Dutch came over, didn't they, and drained the fens and everything. Yeah.
Well, that was in the 1700s, was it?
Yes, yes, that's going back. Yeah, but they're still.
All the way up to Yorkshire, I think.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Any last words, John?
No, I don't think so. No, very interested. And no, I'll probably think when you're gone, but no, no. I think no, that's it.
We'll have to do another one some other time.
Yeah, I can probably get more insight into things and remember more about certain things.